just because you get wings from Krause's, we still have to do the Tiger Talk.
Welcome to Tiger Talk, episode 12. We did it. We beat McKinley. What do we think, team?
Great team win. It was a great team win.
Yeah, real good team win. Excited to put the dogs away.
And Coach, how do you feel about winning 7 in a row?
I'm just happy to get the win this year. It was a hard-fought ball game, very physical ball game against a very good Cape McKinley team. We were happy to get out there with the win.
I got a hug at the end of the game, so it must have been good.
From Obi or the coach?
From the coach.
Oh, wow. And what was different about that hug? Because he was a different person now. What was different?
He's not very PDA, so that was different.
No, he's the second winningest coach at Massillon that he has to tie. As we know, he's never truly going to be the second winningest.
Yeah.
So he's tied there, and that was a big deal. That was a big win for everyone. I want to hear everyone's piercing memory from that game. We'll start with you, Ardell. What do you think you're going to remember of that Massillon-McKinley game when you're as old as 30?
Oh my God.
Think about being that old, 30. What are you going to remember?
I'm gonna remember my touchdown.
Tell us about that play.
That play, honestly, it was designed for the post, but I stemmed the guy. He bit on the post, and I seen space, got it, and the first thing I thought in my head, if I drop this ball, everybody, the only thing I'm hear is, oh! So I knew I had to lock in, catch the ball, and when I heard everybody screaming, I got excited myself. I was happy.
Well, you got to score the first touchdown of the game. That's a pretty exciting moment.
Right.
What about you? What's your strongest memory?
Mine would probably be seeing Mikey Mercurio ring the bell. First time he ever rung the bell. Told himself he had never ring it until he actually played in the game to beat McKinley. So it was just nice to be there to see him do something like that so special.
I love that your memory was about someone else setting a goal and achieving it. That's amazing. Becca, what about you?
So I really love when defense gets a chance to score. So my favorite part of the whole game was getting the safety. So I don't know, it's just exciting because we always talk about offense and scoring the most points and winning the game, and we forget that those guys are keeping the other team from scoring. So to see them work so hard and get a safety, I always find that very exciting and thrilling.
Coach, before we get to your memory, Becca is stepping on one of my questions I had for you. Did they mean to get that safety? Was that a planned safety?
No, I don't think it was just a bad snap.
Because I thought it was weird that they took a delay a game, and then it was I thought maybe they didn't want to give you 7, so they gave you 2. You think that was not a call?
No, I don't think so. It was. And this kind of plays into, but I don't have one memory like that. It was just the overall feeling of the game, and I tell you what, our fans really showed up. I mean, that's the most people I've seen in that stadium. It was a sight to see. It reminded me of the pictures that I've seen from the 70s and 60s and 50s and what the stadium looked like when it was really, really full. I know it wasn't quite like that, but I mean, it was as full as I've seen it. The energy was on point, and so to tie in with that question is, I think they had a couple miscues in substitutions on special teams, and we had 1 or 2 also. I don't think any of them cost us a penalty, but it was hard to hear because it was so loud in the stadium. And when you're used to substituting in special teams, and you're calling out punt, or you're calling out punt return, and usually everybody can hear that, but on Saturday everybody couldn't hear, And so there was a couple times for us also where guys didn't hear the first time, second time, third time you called up punt, and we had guys running on late as well. I'm sure that's what happened to them also, is their usual way of communicating for the special team substitutions wasn't working, and so please show up, fans, like that again in 2 years, and we'll have a better plan, and I'm sure they will too.
Well, speaking about, and I'll get to my memory, but while we're on the attendance, so cell phones did not work, which is great because you shouldn't be on your phone during the game. But the problem was the people checking tickets, their phones didn't work, and people couldn't access their ticket on their phone because everything's online. And I heard a lot of people, they missed the beginning of the game. What are we going to do in 2 years if we're going to go all digital to be sure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I mean, I would consider that a good problem.
Definitely.
There's nothing on our end that we did wrong with that. It was purely Verizon. Verizon didn't have enough bandwidth opened up to handle as many people as we had in the stadium. What people should do moving forward to make sure that doesn't happen is screenshot their tickets so that they don't have to go to the internet and purchase them beforehand. There's really no, if you could purchase them online there, you can purchase them online beforehand. Screenshot that ticket, and so you'll be hassle-free scanning in at that point.
And also, if you are buying the tickets, you can, and you have an iPhone, I don't know about Android, but you can add it to your wallet. So it's in your digital wallet, so it's just there and scanned, because that's what I did for my family, because there was 8 of them. It was already in our digital wallet. I just pulled it up. It was easy.
Well, I got there 2 hours early, so I had no line, but I could hear other people talking about it, and it's interesting. Maybe Verizon next year will be more prepared. In 2 years.
Yeah. There's 2 towers close to us there. They're both overloaded. Which is, like I
Amazing.
said,
It's awesome.
That's a good thing, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. For me, what I will remember about the game was, it was violent in Section 14. And, 2 years ago,
I shouldn't laugh.
thanks to Becca, she actually helped us get to see the game, which was amazing. But, not very many people were there 2 years ago. So it's been 4 years. I'd forgotten really what it's like. And the McKinley fans were vocal. They were coming in, yelling at us. Some lady got in my wife's face just while we were walking in. We weren't talking to anybody. They told us we were going to be gone by halftime. They were yelling. My son had to get the police at one point. There was a fight in Section 14. It was insane.
But I'm just laughing because Mark Fortner, our assistant superintendent, so when that fight broke out, he's like running across the field. There's a play going on. Palma's running across the field. And these guys are playing the game, but Palma jumps over, the railing, and Fortner goes to jump over, and he's like, little help here, little help here. And so his wife's texting him you looked great running across the field, not so much trying to get over the fence. So
it was really crazy.
It was crazy.
They were very vocal in not the best way. And some 19-year-old girl was fighting with a 60-year-old man, and the language was crazy. It was really an intense game. How did you guys, did anything happen on the field? There was no intensity on the field, was there?
Oh my, there was a lot. Little scuffle happened in the third quarter, but us Massillon Tigers, we held ourselves to a high standard, stepped away from it, and let the Bulldogs do whatever they did, and we handled it as best as we could.
I do just want to give a shout out to Antonio Hall, because I hadn't really seen this before in games that we've played, but he did call a timeout, and I thought that was to calm his guys down too, because what people forget is if it doesn't matter, you both end up losing if you get in a fight. It's just a lose-lose situation, because they're obviously playing in the playoffs. You guys are playing in the playoffs. So what happens if they eject you? You're out for the next week, right?
Yeah,
that's the rule, right?
Can't play.
Right. So I thought that was respectful of him to. Try to. He's got to calm his guys down.
We did have a player ejected at that point when the called a melee happened on the onside kick at the end of the game. And so when that happens, you're ejected from that game permanently, and you're out of the game the following week. So it's a big deal. The OHSA reserves the right to they can unsuspend you for the next game if you have video evidence that where it warrants only the one game suspension, essentially. And thanks to our own WHS TV, we do have footage of that, and our kid that was suspended, in fact, did not throw a punch.
I knew that, and that was what was driving me crazy.
Yeah,
So
there were 4 punches thrown, none of them by Tigers. And so I was pretty upset at the time because I've got to go with what the refs say.
So did they overturn it?
I believe it will be overturned, and our guy will be available.
That's good,
this
because
Friday.
I didn't think he hit anyone, and I counted 4 punches too, and only 1 penalty. McKinley had 43 yards of penalties and threw 4 punches.
Yeah.
How did, is there any recourse that you get to rate the refs? I felt they let the people get out of control.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that crew. Tony Montana's been doing it for a long time, and I think he's got a great crew for the most part. And they've done that game several times. And so, nobody's perfect. And I'm never one to defend a referee. But Tony Montana and Michael Dobbs, another one that he's done that game before with his crew. I think his crew's excellent. I think Tony's crew's excellent. And, when those things happen in the moment, it's hard to make a judgment about what actually happened if you didn't see it directly. And so, that's what happened there, and it stinks that one of our guys was collateral damage. But, thankfully there's a review process, and I'm confident that it'll get overturned for next week.
Why did they take our quarterback out for one play?
Oh, because his helmet was taken off. It doesn't matter why. If your helmet comes off, you have to come.
And then when they kicked the onside kick and it didn't go 10 yards, why do they get to do it again? I thought.
Well, because it was an offsides penalty, so the play didn't happen. Essentially.
See, this is why you gotta have the coach on. You learn these things. Did you know that's why they got to re-kick?
Yeah.
We would have loved to decline that, but you can't.
Yeah. So, what else do we got for who are we playing this week? Do we have a big game?
So we
Does
move
anyone
on?
know?
It's the backyard brawl.
They don't play us in the regular
Massillon
season.
versus Perry.
I mean, how exciting is it that we get to play someone from Stark County? What do you think of getting
2 miles
to play
away.
us
2
at
miles
Stark
away.
County?
3, but
Okay.
Real excited. Yeah, I'm real excited to play Perry.
Have you played them before?
Yep, sophomore year.
In the playoffs, right?
Yep,
Because
the
you've never
regional
played
game,
them,
wasn't
yeah.
it was regional finals in 2020.
Over there, right?
Mhm.
And did we
Yeah,
win?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Just making sure.
How do you feel about getting to play a Stark County team?
I'm excited because people don't know, but it's a lot of teams that like to say we're the best in this area or that area, and they were one of those teams. So, respectfully, we would like to play them and prove our point.
Well,
You know what happened before? This is why I'm excited that we're playing them in our stadium. So before, that COVID year, right? They got to vote on how to rate the teams. It was the only year you guys did that, right?
That's
yeah.
correct.
So what happened with the voting? However they voted or whoever voted, it made us, even though we had a better record, we had to play over there.
But
So-
what nobody knew, at least I didn't know, was that the coaches, so the coaches, almost all other sports do that, is they vote on each other for seeding. Right? We don't do that in football because of the Harvards. But most other sports they do, the coaches vote. And like I said, I didn't know. Maybe they put that out there. I don't recall that, but that they were gonna make public the coaches' votes. And we were clearly the best team in our region, clearly. And we proved it on the field. And it comes out, and we're not the number 1 seed. I think we're the 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
We're the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And how could that happen? And then it was a day or so later, they released the voting of all the coaches, and guess who put us, like, I don't know, it was like 10th or 12th or something like that.
Yeah.
It was our neighbors 3 miles east.
Right.
So we earned the right to play that game at home with how we played during the regular season, and it was taken away from us, and so we had to play that game over there. But it was, you know, it was sweet getting the win over there after all that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It was a good game. It
So
was-
we'll take the win Friday here too.
Right. Well, I'm
Just so you
certainly
know.
hoping for it
Yeah.
because I like to look for those circles. I love to look for circles in life. What was the first Massillon game you coached? Who was your opponent?
It was Perry.
And should we come out victorious, you will be.
When we come out victorious.
Well, I'm a host. I have to be
Oh.
respectful.
Oh.
Okay, I don't show my allegiance to a team one way or the other. You will be the #1 all-time winningest coach in Tiger history, and it'll be against Perry. I like that circle.
We'll be tied.
Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't care about that.
We're
I know
focused
you
on
don't
Perry.
care about it. You don't care about it, but I like that it's Perry bookends.
I like that you like it, Scott.
See, that's all I'm looking for. That's everything.
What are you guys looking forward to in the game? Like Ardell, like what's your like goal, or like what do you like? I mean, you get to play. I mean, you kind of know those kids. You guys grow up together with social media and everything. So like, what are you like? Who are you looking forward to being like, yeah, touchdown?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm just here to play the game, get another win, keep going.
Keep
Good
going.
answer.
I'm just excited to get them off in the playoffs, get ready to get a ring, just put them on the road, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks for beating McKinley. It mattered a lot to me because, you know, I wanted to have fun today. I was going to be in town, so I'm glad it worked out. I'm assuming. Oh, I had one more question. Dang it. I have one more question. Did we change after the first 3 possessions our offense, or did they change their defense? Because I was thinking about that since we scored the first 3 times and then didn't have as much success. I was supposed to ask that question intelligently earlier. Let's pretend I did.
I mean, I don't think it was really either one. You know, to be honest, I think we started either reaching a little bit or just you know, got a little bit happy with ourselves, which you can't do. So we needed to keep the pedal to the metal, and we let them off the hook. Unfortunately, would have liked to, you know, end that game a little cleaner because it was, you know, we had them on the ropes there for a minute, and we should have done that. You know, in a rivalry game, those kids played hard. I mean, the McKinley kids played hard. It was a hard-fought game, so good for them. But yeah, we would have liked to. I think we had an opportunity to really put the game out of reach, and we didn't do that.
Understandable, but both Coach and I have our playoff beards going. We'll see how they go as they go on. His might be a little better than mine, but we'll see.
Yeah. we'll
Mine's
see.
going to come in, I'm sure.
So the playoff game is Friday. What time is kickoff?
Kickoff is 7 o'clock.
Are they going to honor the parking passes?
Yes, the parking passes will be honored for the home playoff game.
Can you buy tickets at the gate?
Tickets went on sale starting
On
today.
Monday.
On Monday.
'Cause we're-
This past Monday, whenever we release this, at 5 o'clock. Gates will open at 5:30. Parking passes for all lots will be honored. Student season passes are not valid for playoff games. Purchase tickets. Go to ohsaa.org/tickets. Click on football, scroll down to Division II, Region 7, and click on Get Tickets.
Oh. Are you sitting in section 14 or are you?
All tickets have to be purchased online.
I'll take it. Are you strolling to the other side?
No, this was always my favorite thing. Yes, go ahead.
Tickets are $10, $8 for students. Everything's general admission. So there's no, you get there early and get your seat.
Oh,
That's
so
the best
you
we
have
can
to
do.
sit. You sit wherever.
Yeah, you
If
sit-
you need assistance purchasing tickets, you need help getting your tickets purchased, head down to the ticket office, see Tori Wolf, and she'll help you out Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 7:30 to 2. Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30 to 5:30.
Anytime during the playoffs.
Right, week after week. But yeah, I always liked when we would have this happen because that would be the one time I wouldn't be in Section 14, would be the first playoff.
But everybody knows you as Section 14.
I know, I just went over to see
I hope they boo you.
Yeah, I mean, people now are wanting, I'm not sitting with
They're
Perry.
gonna
That's not happening.
they're gonna turn around and look at you and boo you.
This is, Section 14 comes over, we come together as a family.
They yelled at him on the field because he
Yeah.
was down on the field before the game, and they're like, "Section 14, you're in the wrong section."
Yeah, they're like, get over there, or whatever. Like,
So
remember, we're all Tigers. Whether
So
we're
good.
you're on the lesser home side or the glorious Section 14. That's
Yeah.
up to you where you get your tickets, because it's dangerous where
Yeah.
I sit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna beat Perry. We
Yes.
want to thank Krause's Pizza for sponsoring us.
As always.
And we're
How
at
are
the
those
Eagles.
wings?
And we're at the Eagles.
Yeah, we're at the Massillon Eagles 190. We appreciate that, and the Eagles does a lot to support our
They gave us an
program.
amazing breakfast Saturday.
Amazing breakfast Saturday, really good.
Stacy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a lot to support us. They do a lot to support all the athletics at Washington High School. So shout out to the Eagles.
Shout out to the Eagles.
And to Stacy, I think.
Yeah,
as well.
Stacy
To
DeStefano.
as well. Both of them. So, thanks guys for coming, and thanks for beating Perry or whoever, or whatever happens. I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, whatever happens. happens.
Until then, TIG.
ERS.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger Store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.